Today we're training back, rear delts and biceps, and as I was starting my warm-up and looking through what I have ahead, it just kind of hit me that one key aspect of training and making sure that you constantly progress is tracking your workouts. And I don't see this enough with especially beginners and intermediates in the gym. It's usually like very random, kind of like freestyling every single one of your workouts and not really knowing in which direction you're heading, right? Like without data, it's impossible for you to make the correct decisions and knowing exactly if you're progressing or not, and you're just kind of like guiding by feel, which in my opinion is a no-go. Maybe you can fly through with that in your first few months of the gym, but as you're getting more advanced, you need to track your workouts. So for example, I have my own app where I track all my workouts, and this is the app that all my clients get access to as well. It's pretty simple. You have your reps, you have your weight, and every single time you track, next week when you redo the workout, you see all the numbers. And then you can have progression rules based on your performance. So say that you have a target rep range of, let's say like 8, 3 sets of 8. The moment you've hit all the 8 reps on all the sets with perfect technique, perfect form tempo and all that kind of jazz, you have to move up in weight. People really overestimate what they can do in a month and underestimate what they can do in a year. Like if you increase the weight on the bar with 2.5 kilograms per month total, that's 30 kilograms at the end of the year. Like, it's huge. You compound multiple years like this, you're gonna become Eddie Hall. So you need to start tracking. Either if you do it via an app or you do it via your notes, you need to track your workouts. At least, at the very least, your compound lifts. Isolations, I kind of get, maybe that's kind of boring, but ideally you'd be tracking those as well. So get a free app, do it in notes, or sign up for my coaching and you get access to all of this and it's already streamlined for you. And if you want to do that, there is a link in the bio for one-to-one free strategy call. So you basically jump on, see exactly what's your current situation, identify the missing puzzle pieces, and if this is a fit, we get to work together and roll you right away. And if not, no sweat. Hopefully it's still going to be good value for you. Now let's get to work. We're starting with pull-ups, and rather than having a specific numbers of sets, I'm actually going for a specific number of reps. I want 60 reps in total of pull-ups, and hopefully compressing that in as little amount of sets as possible. Moving into a voiceover because the music was getting a bit loud in here, but for pull-ups, what I was saying in this video is that what I recommend for the form is to let your head back and always look into the ceiling. This would apply to lat pull-downs as well, but this way you can ensure that you're staying yourself in a very vertical line while opening up your chest at the same time, making the pull-up just so much better. Because you know the feeling when you're kind of like leaning too far back and you're almost turning this into a high row? That's not ideal for a pull-up. So you still need to be as vertical as you can, but making it super comfortable. So try this out. Always look into the ceiling as you're going for your reps and make sure that you're letting your elbows stretch all the way down as well. Yeah, that's a full range of motion. You don't want to do half reps in here. Okay, so I managed to get all the 60 pull-ups in 6 sets. It's not my best attempt on this, but at least like the reps are climbing up in a good direction. Then we're moving now to seated rows. Another thing that I wanted to mention about tracking, this only becomes relevant when 2 things apply. One, you have the same order of exercises because obviously your energy levels throughout the workout will be tanking, so it's important to keep the same order, otherwise tracking is irrelevant. And the second thing, which is very, very overlooked, is the resting periods, right? Because if you rest for 2 minutes or 3, your performance is going to be very, very different on the next set. So make sure that when you're tracking your workouts, you also keep a timer on and you know exactly how much you should be resting for your working set depending on the type of exercise you're doing, right? Usually if it's a compound, 2 minutes, if it's an isolation, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, 30 seconds, depending. So that's something that you need to kind of like figure out. In my app, this is all done for you. So I'll be pre-selecting your resting periods, and the moment you tick off the set, the timer starts automatically, and then it pings you when it's time to go. So you can even go and check your emails, doom scroll, all that kind of stuff. You're gonna get an in-app notification when it's time to go on your next set. So at least it keeps you focused. It's basically like me being there and telling you it's go time. We're gonna start with a quick warm-up set in here. Up. So see, click on the weight. The moment the set is done, my timer is in here. It also connects to my watch, so I can leave this down and then the watch will ping me when it's time for the next set. It's very convenient and you'll make your workout so much more efficient. Rather than spending 2 hours in the gym, it will be probably an hour and 15 if you track your rest properly. So for rear delt flies, I'm always letting my arms cross over fully so you can get a maximum stretch on the rear delts. Because if you just stop in here, you're missing on a good, like 15-20% of range of motion. So make sure you let one arm cross over and then in between your sets, switch which one goes above. But it shouldn't really make that much of an impact, so actually ignore that. Stick to personal preference. That was a monstrous session. I don't know, I feel like for over the past week or so, workouts have been hitting me like a truck, but in a good way, in a good way. Now, we are back to the usual, the classic shake that you're well aware of. And if you're not, it's basically 500 milk, 1 banana, 80 to 100 grams of oats, protein, peanut butter, creatine collagen, and 2 eggs as well. During the workout, I really wanted to raise the point of tracking your workouts in, because that's generally going to be probably one of like the bigger stepping stones you can have when you start training. You know, you're only gonna have like a limited amount of things you can implement that will have like a huge impact into the level of results you get out of this, right? And this is definitely one of them. So if you're not tracking, I cannot stress enough, if you don't track, you're never gonna get anywhere. That's why you have people that train for, I don't know, like 2 years and look exactly the same, and then others that train for 3 months and look completely different. How you do things matter, right? Just going through the motions of A to B, thinking you're doing the same thing, it's just not. So if you want to give yourself the best possible chance, you need to track and you need to take care of your progressive overload. Now, I know this is a very overused term in the fitness industry. Do progressive overload, like every retard with 6 months of like training, it's telling you about progressive overload. But to explain it in a simple way, it's as we are kind of like talking in the gym, you're gonna have a specific rep target per each exercise that you're gonna be doing, right? Say that if you want to train for hypertrophy, that's gonna be between 8 to 15 reps. If the strength is 1 to 5, conditioning is over 15. Say that you're training for hypertrophy. And for your main working sets on the compound lifts, you're going for sets of 10 reps. Then you have 3 sets of 10 for your working sets, not including warm-ups, yeah. Now, as long as you're always having full range of motion and correct technique, this is the fundamental, this is the base. If this is not right, tracking becomes pointless. So make sure those two things are always fully locked in. Second thing that comes in important is definitely tempo, because you can do 10 reps in 10 seconds or you can do 10 reps in 40 seconds. The time under tension will have a huge impact on hypertrophy, so tempo needs to be in check as well. Don't rush through your reps, don't have them jerky, always be in control. Usually like a 3-1-2-1 second rule works best. So in tempo, you're gonna have 4 points of the exercise. You're gonna have the negative, 3 seconds, then you have 1 second on the stretch, then you have 2 seconds on the lift, because you're not going to be able to explode that quick when you have the right weights. And then you have 1 second on contraction. 3, 1, 2, 1. Simple. You maintain that throughout every exercise that you do, you're going to be getting yourself in the best hypertrophy zone, okay? As long as the weight then is fine for the rep target. And then your goal is to get all the reps done. Say that this week you're using 50 kilograms for whatever exercise and you're getting all the reps done perfectly. Fantastic. Now, because you track, next week when you do your workout, you look what you've done previously. Okay, I've hit my rep target, it's time to move up. And then you put another like 2.5 kilograms. Total maybe. Initially, you'll be able to do bigger jumps, but in time you'll see that it's going to become more and more incremental. So say 2.5 kilograms. Now you're doing it with 52.5 kg. If during those working sets you can only manage 10 reps on the first set, 9 reps on the second, and 8 reps on the third, then the following week, the third week now, you're coming back to 52.5 kilograms. And then you're trying to beat those reps. And maybe this time around you get 10 reps on the first one, 10 reps on the second one as well, and 9 reps on the third. You still haven't completed your reps, so you still need to do the same weight the next week. And when you finally complete all the reps on all the sets with the right weight and tempo, full range of motion and technique, you are basically earning the right to go up. This way you kind of turn this into a mechanical process and not an emotional one, right? Imagine and think about it, like how many times you've gone into a lift and before you started doing the set itself, you kind of got scared because, oh, fuck, this might feel heavy, I don't know, right? We need to eliminate that emotion out of the training because it's not going to serve you any good. But now when you're tracking and you have your numbers, you know that, okay, I've managed to complete all my reps with perfect form. Regardless of how I feel, I need to go up. If you're not going to give your body consistently a new stimulus to grow, it's not going to do it. And then you're going to fall into a plateau of maintenance. And that's how people don't really ever get to achieve a body that's genuinely amazing, and then they blame their genetics when in reality they have no idea how to train and they don't push themselves hard enough to do so. If you're tracking your progressive overload like this and you're taking care of your workout order, you're taking care of your rest times and you're always respecting it, you do that for 12 weeks, you're gonna look like a different person. Then you take 1 week of deload and then you go into another training phase. Training is not that difficult, right? All this information is out there. You just need to know how to apply it and have some sort of accountability in doing so. Now I know, might be difficult. To me, it's simple because I've been doing this for 13 years and I've been coaching people for more than 8. So I'm just on autopilot. And I know if this is completely new territory to you, it might be confusing and you might need some support with this. So if that is the case, you have the first link in bio, get on a call with me. We're gonna go through a quick strategy. And if we are a good fit, we can handle the enrollment and process you and get you into my program. And if not, the call is still going to be great value for you. But that's the best that I can offer right now. Until then, if that's not for you, enjoy the free content. I'm going to be spilling everything in here because ultimately information is free. You can ask Google, you can ask ChatGPT, whatever, and you can somehow find those answers. You just get them streamlined with me and making sure that everything is to the point. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and I'll see you on the next one.